AZAM is back.
Welcome back. The kids are out of school and now it's time to start planning what they're going to do the entire summer.
Yeah, you plan their summer, they don't plan your summer. So if you have a young teenager, let's say 14 or 15 years old, and maybe they're thinking, hey, you know, Mom, Dad, can I get like a job for like 1 day a week or something like that? Guess what? They can. Ryan Naylor, CEO of Viva HR, joins us this morning with a look at some jobs that would be maybe a good idea for them. Ryan, good morning. Nice to see you.
Good morning. Good to be back.
So tell us, I think it's kind of wild. I have a 14-year-old and she says to me, Mom, I want to get a job for like 1 day a week. And I'm thinking, where do I begin?
It is tough. I mean, obviously as teenagers, the unemployment is going to be really high. It's going to be probably one of the record teenage unemployment rates that we've ever seen. But even for the younger kids, it's going to be a little bit tougher. So it takes a little bit of thinking outside the box on getting that next job.
Now, do you see employers, because we know they're having a hard time filling spots, I think with adults that are receiving unemployment, wanting to go back into the workforce, but do you see those jobs even available for kids? I mean, are employers really willing to hire them?
You have to get strategic. There are a lot of places that will hire 16 years and older. But if you're looking for teenagers, some companies will even hire as low as 14, 15 years old. Networking within your network is one of the greatest ways you can do that. But there's a lot of stores, grocery stores will hire stalkers at 16 years old. Some of the movie theaters, as you're coming back, will start hiring more people. But getting a little bit more strategic, the traditional babysitting, lawn care, pet sitting, there's some great money to be made there.
Yeah, for sure. I think Chick-fil-A is one of the places that hires at 14. And if you want to babysit, Ryan, there are some options to get like that babysitting certificate or some type of license from like the Red Cross, right?
Yeah, in fact, a lot of nonprofits will help you get certified and help teenagers get into the workforce because they see it such as a valuable soft skill is to teach that work ethic at a young age. And so there are a lot of nonprofits that will accept teenagers to actually come in and do volunteering. If you're not looking necessarily for the compensation, we highly recommend getting into look at church groups, look at some nonprofits, feed my starving children, like get involved in those nonprofits, get the work. But the networking from that, it can be valuable as well because that can lead to more opportunities and letters of reference to start that resume.
So How important is it for kids to, you know, venture into the workforce at such a young age? You know, I see it kind of both ways where some parents are like they have their entire lives to have a job, but then also, you know, you take the flip side of learning a work ethic. What's the right way in your opinion?
To me, this is one of the more valuable on the street learning opportunities you can make. In school, we learn a lot of the hard skills or the knowledge base, but actually getting your hands in the field and learning how to have customer service, look at people in the eyes, be able to accept some customer complaints from time to time. There are skills that are acquired in those environments that will serve them well the rest of their life.
Isn't that so true? And then, like, let's say your child becomes a newspaper carrier, right? They're learning the rules of the road, or they're learning how to ride their bike to different locations and maps and things like that.
I can't tell you how many different entrepreneurs I run into that, just like me, deliver newspapers, and they learn getting up extra early and that diligence of having to put that weight on your own shoulders to be disciplined. So I highly encourage parents that are considering what to do with their teenagers, look for volunteer opportunities, look for some employment needs, get them involved. It can serve them a long time.
And do we have work permit laws here in Arizona that require, you know, kids to apply for a work permit or anything like that, or is it food handling permits?
So younger teenagers actually do not require certain permits. The employer would be the one that would help garner that depending on the industry they are in. Kids that are under 16 years old cannot work in hazardous environments or dangerous environments. And so we have to pay attention to that kind of stuff. But when school is not in session, they can work up to 40 hours per week and you know, achieve some great success.
And help pay for their music at the App Store, Ryan.
Right.
There you go. Yeah, get the app credits.
Absolutely. Ryan Naylor, thank you so much for your time this morning. We appreciate it.
My pleasure.
All right. Thank you. Yeah, that newspaper delivery thing, I did it with a neighbor when I was a young kid, and we did it at like 2 in the morning.
Wow.
I think I was like, I don't remember, 10 or 11.
Yeah.
And we'd go to a grocery store, and the newspaper truck would drive up, and then they'd put all the newspapers in the back of the pickup truck. And then we would deliver them to homes, and then I'd be home like within an hour.
That's a great way to go.
It was late.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was late at night for sure.
Good way to get started. Well, Memorial